Hey guys! So today is Museum Week, which means a ton of museums are open and completely free for everyone. Of course, we had to take advantage of that, so we decided to go to the City of Arts and Sciences here in Valencia, Spain. Lucky for us, it's super close to our place. Just a quick 15-minute bus ride and boom, we are here. We started our tour on the first level, which is currently hosting an exhibition featuring all kinds of insects. We're talking about ants, beetles, bugs, grasshoppers, spiders, flies, basically a whole creepy crawler convention. Now I had to laugh a little bit because, as you know guys, I grew up in the province back in the Philippines. I am used to seeing these exact same insects for free, flying around my room or chilling on the walls. And here I am in Europe, paying €9 to stare at them behind transparent glasses. Talk about a plot twist. They also had a live incubation exhibit where you can see eggs cracking open and tiny chicks hatching. Again, major flashbacks to the Philippines where we had chickens laying eggs in our backyard all the time. But here's the kicker. I read the display and it turns out these insects and chicks are originally from Vietnam. Now, I am genuinely wondering about the logistics of these. Did these grasshoppers fly first class from Hanoi to Valencia? Did the ants placed inside the luggages? How do they custom clear a box of Vietnamese insects? Curiously asking because maybe you can also bring some from the Philippines. Now, while walking to the next area, we spotted a station of headsets. Curiosity got the best of me, so I put them on to hear what it was about. Guys, it was hilarious. I sit there nodding along, but I didn't understand any single word. It wasn't just regular Spanish. It was high-level academic elite-tier Spanish. My brain just went completely blank. After several times of trying, I took them off real quick before I get a headache. After surviving the language barrier, we headed up to the second floor, which is dedicated to the history of Spain and Valencia. But before diving into the history, I looked out from the balcony part to catch a glimpse of some other display below. Right there, staring back at me, was a massive graphic of a complex chemical composition. I looked away so fast, I don't even want to think about whatever molecule that was because I am still collectively recovering from chemistry class. Anyway, back to the history section, it was actually super fascinating. We got to take a deep dive into Valencia's past, discovering famous historical figures, looking at beautifully detailed sculptures, watching historical speeches, and browsing through rows and rows of old photographs. It really gives you a deep appreciation of this beautiful city. Next up, we proceeded to the third floor, which is the final exhibition area. This was hands down for my favorite part because it's packed with all things science. Right off the bat, I saw a machine designed to measure muscle strength through a pulling task. Obviously, I had to try it. I channeled my inner weightlifter and scored a whopping 130. I'm pretty sure that I qualify as the official jar opener of the house from now on. Moving on, they had this random but interesting display of a pair of vintage undergarments showing the evolution of design over the decades. Then I tried this balancing path. I braced myself, expecting it to be this crazy, difficult physical challenge to cross, but honestly, nothing happened. Then things got a little weird. I found this long rubbery tube thing that you're supposed to pull. Turns out, it represents the actual full length of a human umbilical cord when stretched out completely. It just keeps going and going. As a nurse, the next section felt like a massive blast from the past. They had a display showing white blood cells, platelets, packed red blood cells, and plasma. There was also this incredible full skeleton display where you can clearly see the bones, ligaments, and tendons. It allows you to visualize exactly how flexion and extension work in real time when the body moves. Super cool for science nerds like me. They also had a real pig's heart on display. This is actually incredibly timely and relevant because, as some of you might know, medical science has advanced so much that pig's heart are now being used in xenotransplantation to replace malfunctioning human hearts. Right next to that, there was an animal that looked exactly like a strange reptile. And at the other part, there is a mini room where you could walk inside and watch a high-tech video simulation of an open heart surgery. I also saw a display of heavily rusted metals used to explain the chemical process of oxidation, followed by an area dedicated to these massive, prehistoric-looking breeds. And then, there is this sensory station where you could test your sense of smell by sniffing different aromas out of tubes. Some smell great, others not so much. Before heading to the space section, I spent way too much time playing with the funhouse mirrors. By changing the angles, I distorted my reflection to make myself look super tall, incredibly short, fat, and then paper thin. I also saw a starfish exhibit highlighting their insane ability to regenerate lost limbs. Also, there is this preserved fetus of an animal. To wrap up the inside tour, we entered the space and astronomy zone. We got to see full-scale spaceship replicas, a massive, breathtaking view of the sun, interactive maps of the Earth's geography, and models of different planets in our solar system. It really puts into perspective how tiny we are. After exploring all 3 floors, our brains were officially full. So we decided to head outside to soak up some sun and enjoy the fresh air. The view from the outside is just as stunning as the inside, with the beautiful blue pools contrasting against the white buildings. Honestly, it was such a productive, fun, and relaxing day. We learned so much about Valencia's history, got some major nursing nostalgia, and looked at everything from Vietnamese insects to outer space. If you've ever in Valencia, this place is an absolute must visit.